Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, a search for answers.
Why? Why did this happen? But this is not something we deal with daily.
After 2 high-profile shootings in Virginia.
But I just feel so bad for the families that were affected by this.
From the remembrances to the resilience.
This doesn't represent us or our community.
We're working for you as many come to terms with the latest acts of gun violence.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany McGraw.
I'm John Carlin. Tonight we are learning more about the life of Isaiah Robinson, a Roanoke High School student killed over the weekend after a shooting in downtown Blacksburg.
10 News reporter McKinley Struthers spoke to one friend who remembers the 18-year-old for being outgoing with dreams of making it big in sports.
17-year-old Asia Wilder is much more than just childhood friends with Isaiah Robinson.
He was really like a big brother to me.
The 18-year-old died Friday night in a shooting in downtown Blacksburg.
I didn't really know how to take it, like I felt like it was a dream because I literally just talked to him 3 days ago.
Reminded just how precious life is and how fast things can change, Wilder just has one wish.
I didn't get to hug him one last time, that's what hurts the most.
Robinson was a football and basketball player at Patrick Henry High School in Roanoke with big dreams of going to the pros.
He was doing something that could take his life further, that could take those around him further.
He was serious about sports, but was also serious about having a good time.
He was the life of the party.
He may have been 18 years old, but he was still a senior in high school.
It's hard, and it's sad because it's kids. It's not even grown people anymore. It's young kids.
In the last year or so, the youth in our area have fallen victim to gun violence at alarming rates. Roanoke Mayor Sherman Lee spoke with us today about that.
It tells me that we got regional issues. We all got to come together because it's not a Roanoke problem, it's a societal problem.
Even though the shooting was beyond his borders, Lee says this death is yet another reminder that more work needs to be done.
I just feel so bad for the families that were affected by this.
As for Wilder, she says the lessons Robinson taught her are lifelong.
I would say I love you, Zay, man. You made me proud as a little sister. You somebody who I always looked up to.
McKinley Struther, 10 News, working for you.
When chaos unfolded during that deadly shooting in downtown Blacksburg, a nearby store turned into a safe haven. 10 News reporter Alexis Davila tells us how a good Samaritan stepped in to help save Virginia Tech students.
Once an employee here at this convenience store heard the gunshots and saw people running late Friday night, she knew she had to jump into action. The owner of Hokey Mark, Nick Gallus, tells me he had one employee managing the store that night. When the shooting happened, the employee called him, locked the doors, and pushed 4 customers into the store's bathroom. There, they sheltered in place until a police officer told them it was safe to leave. Virginia Tech alerts throughout the morning helped urge students to stay away from downtown Blacksburg.
In this case, the alert system worked perfectly. People sheltered in place, they avoided the area, and if they had information, fears, or concerns, they called 911.
This town's full of champions, and it's, I think, one of the greatest small towns in the country.
Gallus tells me the employee is doing okay, and parents of the customers plan to send her some gifts as a thank you for saving their children. The suspect in custody, Jamel Flint, is expected to be arraigned tomorrow at Montgomery County General District Court. In downtown Blacksburg, Alexis Davila, 10 News, working for you.
A man is dead after a car crash on icy roads early this morning. Virginia State Police say 47-year-old Braxton Brooks was driving on Route 58 in Halifax County when his car ran off the side of the road and he hit a tree. We're told he died at the scene.
A lot of people in Southside woke up to a wintry mix today, which led to several accidents like the one you see here on Gypsum Road in Danville. And because of the potential for slick conditions, Henry County schools will be operating on a 2-hour delay tomorrow.
But as we turn to the forecast, we are now tracking a warm-up.
And we will take that, right?
We will.
Yeah, we will. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich is here to tell us what to expect, Jeff.
Yeah, temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 40s to near 50, and then we're well into the 50s by Wednesday. I want to show you what we're seeing outside, though, right here, right now. You're done with the precipitation in the Highlands, New River Valley, and the Roanoke Valley. To find the rain, you have to go further east. Lynchburg, if you're not done with the rain just yet, you will be here very, very soon. You'll notice Appomattox, south towards areas near Gladys and Campbell County, over towards Chatham and Danville, even towards South Boston. That is where we are still seeing some rain showers right now. Among the roads, still seeing rain 501, 29, 41, 360, 58, and also Highway 460. Now, this is all pushing to the east at a clip of around about 30 miles per hour, and I think it's going to exit for us here as we head over the course of probably the next 2 hours or so. Behind this low pressure system, an area of high pressure is going to move in, and that means for us more sunshine heading into the day tomorrow. Now, this evening, any showers and we're chilly with temperatures falling into the low to mid 30s by around 10:30 or 11. Tuesday, starting out temperatures 20s and lower 30s with highs in the upper 40s. Overall, may see a couple of leftover clouds tomorrow morning. Otherwise, we're mainly sunny all day long tomorrow. Be careful, though, on area roads tonight, as there is that possibility for some black ice as roads could refreeze. John?
All right, thank you, Jeff. New at 6 tonight, people all across Virginia will come together this week to honor the two fallen heroes. As 10 News reporter Alyssa Ray explains tonight, the deaths of the Bridgewater College officers are being felt among law enforcement here at home.
Nearly a week after two campus police officers were killed at Bridgewater College, the law enforcement community is still mourning the loss of two of their own.
With my conversations throughout the state, as well as outside the state, a lot of support from many, many agencies, a lot of grieving.
VMI Police Chief Michael Marshall knew the fallen officers and says J.J. Jefferson never met a stranger and remembers John Painter from when he trained him.
Very, very kind-hearted individual, very approachable. I call it the 3 Ps: pride in the profession, pride in himself, pride in his community.
Marshall is also the president of the Virginia Association of Campus Law Enforcement Administrators and says this incident reinforces the importance of preparedness.
To make sure that I take care of the team here, that make sure they get the proper training, they have the proper equipment, and they make sure that we learn something from this horrific incident that occurred that day.
The joint funeral service for Painter and Jefferson is Wednesday at JMU, and many officers are expected to be there to pay their respects.
The support, you will see a large group of law enforcement presence, as well as a community there.
While the loss still weighs heavy on many hearts, Chief Marshall wants them to be remembered for paying the ultimate sacrifice.
They are true heroes.
In Lexington, Alyssa Ray, 10 News, working for you.
The University of Lynchburg is using a new art exhibit to raise awareness about gun violence. These 1,176 origami boxes represent the average number of men, women, and children shot in Virginia within 6 months. It's part of a nationwide display called This Loss We Carry, consisting of more than 200,000 handmade boxes. The project started after the 2017 mass shooting in Las Vegas, but university leaders say it's timely following the recent shootings.
We're not making a political statement. Gun violence is beyond politics. It's a social issue that we all need to confront.
The exhibit is on display through March 10th.
Coming up, a multi-million-dollar development deal with Lowe's. The 2 ways this project will benefit our region.
Plus, social media use now linked to anxiety, depression, and poor body image, the alarming effects it can have on teenage girls. It's time to get your resumes ready.
Yeah, 70 jobs are coming to Roanoke County once a new Lowe's distribution warehouse opens. The $11 million development deal was announced today. We're told the 60,000 square foot facility in the county's tech park near Dixie Caverns also brings the product a little closer to you.
A lot of companies now are really looking at distribution sites closer to the consumer. Logistics is changing, warehousing and distribution projects are changing, last mile delivery is changing. All of these things are increasing the need to be closer to the stores that are providing services to the consumer or even home delivery.
The distribution center is expected to be open by the beginning of next year.
You are looking at a live picture from our Martinsville New College Institute Skycam right over Martinsville. It's pretty cloudy, but off in the distance, yes, bright skies are ending the day in some areas further to the west. We'll let you know when all of us will see the return of sunshine and when we could be tracking more wintry weather coming up.
Social media has created a much different childhood for kids now than when we grew up.
10 News anchor Rachel Lucas is working for you to talk to teens and local experts about if it could be doing more harm than good.
Constantly connected, always on their phones. A Common Sense Media study shows teens spend a third of their day interacting with their peers and the rest of the world online.
I still go on Instagram like every day.
The generation growing up with phones at their fingertips. We sat down with two Virginia Tech students, Karani Cherie and Hannah Williams, to talk about how social media affected them during their teenage years.
If I had free time, I was on social media. So like anytime I wasn't in school or like hanging out with my family, like I was online.
The pressure and always-on aspect of social media can be exhausting, raising concerns about the toll it's taking on teens' mental health. Sarah Herrig, a local counselor, says she sees it every day.
Being a teenager right now is really, really hard.
Herrig says while social media can be a positive outlet for teens, it can just as easily have the opposite effect.
I think it can make teens feel very isolated. I think it can make teens feel like they're not good enough. And I think there's often a real comparison of their own bodies and their own lives to the lives of lives and bodies of others.
Study after study shows the negative impact social media can have in a teenager's life, but it's clear online social platforms aren't going away anytime soon. I'm Rachel Lucas, 10 News, working for you.
Coming up, experts weigh in on how filters and photo correcting apps are changing the way that teens perceive themselves and others.
You can watch that special report coming up tonight on 10 News at 7.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Farther west right now in the mountains, you're actually seeing a pretty end to the day with a beautiful sunset. Farther to the east, clouds and rain still holding on, especially into areas along and to the east of Highway 29. Danville, South Boston, parts of Charlotte and Appomattox counties, you folks are still getting wet and will continue to get wet here until maybe 8 or 8:15. Future trackers showing that certainly by about 9-10 o'clock, the rain is gone. Skies will continue to clear from the west to the east here as we head into the evening. Now, tomorrow, there might be a little bit of leftover cloud cover towards our westernmost counties. Highland, Bath, Allegheny, Bland, Wythe counties may see a little bit of leftover cloud cover early tomorrow, but it's not going to take long for you folks to turn mainly sunny. Lynchburg, Southside, you're mainly sunny all day long. For Tuesday night, skies are fair. Wednesday looks to be a day where we also see our fair share of sunshine. So overall, Tuesday, Wednesday, not only are we going to be bright, but we're going to turn warmer. Keep in mind, temperatures today, 30s and lower 40s. As we head into tomorrow, we're in the upper 40s to near 50, with even warmer air pushing in by Wednesday. Next storm system we have to watch, well, we're going to be watching Super Bowl Sunday very closely. What needs to happen? Well, we need one stream of energy to the north, once again merge with a southern stream energy, and those two need to phase together. If they come together, our chance for a winter storm increases. Now, I will tell you, most computer models right now want to keep these systems disjointed. And if that happens, it's a weaker storm and a pretty low chance for wintry weather. Maybe some light snow showers here or there come Sunday. But if these two do come together and become one storm, then there's a stronger probability, a higher probability of some snow as we head into Sunday. Right now, again, I'm leaning towards these not quite coming together in enough time for us to get a whole lot of wintry weather. Might have a couple of snow showers on Sunday, but I think that the merge, the phasing is going to happen too far to the east to really bring us a huge storm. But I beg you, please stay tuned. 34 right now in Hot Springs, also in Roanoke, 36 Wytheville, 36 also Martinsville. Lynchburg, you're at 35. Winds right now not a factor. Winds 3 to 7 miles per hour, but the wind tomorrow increases, okay? We're looking at sustained winds tomorrow, 6 to 12, gusting maybe 15 to 25 miles per hour from time to time. So the winds will be back on the increase late tonight into the day on Tuesday. Not windy, we'll just call it breezy as we head into Tuesday. For tonight, clearing skies, seasonably cold. Overnight lows tonight, 23 to 29. 3-day zone-by-zone forecast showing the warmest day for the NRV being Wednesday when you're in the low to mid-50s. Highlands, you're dry Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Southside, you're well into the 50s here Wednesday and Thursday, like 55 to 59. That's not bad at all. Lynchburg, you are dry for the rest of the work week once those showers get out of your backyard here very soon. May have, again, a wintry system to track on Sunday, but at this point, I'm not that impressed by it. For the Roanoke Valley, your warmest days will be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then you cool off into the upper 30s to near 40 on Sunday.
And now, the Freedom First Sports Desk with John Appicello.
All right, Sunday in Charlottesville, the VHSL Hall of Fame class included Roanoke sports royalty, if you will, in J.J. Redick. The former Duke and NBA standout guard, well, he just completed a 15-year NBA career and yesterday admitted where it all started. Cave Spring High School was very special to him.
I never would have imagined that I would have played basketball as long as I did. And you get to the end of your career, and it's the first time you really look back. I was always a forward thinker. What is the next thing to accomplish? How can I get better? What haven't I accomplished? All those things. And when I retired, it was really the first time I looked back at my career in its totality, and those 4 years at Cave Spring were special times, and they were truthfully some of my best basketball moments.
It did start at Cave Spring, and we're super proud of that. And he was a wonderful. When I tell stories to kids that I coach now, I don't talk about how great of a player he was. I talk about how great of a teammate he was, to his friends. And instead of transferring to a bigger school or a private school or chasing something, he stayed at his home school. And he rose the level of the others' games, and he won a state championship with his best friends.
It was the stuff of legend. Redick poured in 43 points on an injured foot as the Knights won that 2002 title over George Wythe. He told me yesterday his 7-year-old wants to play. Redick has agreed to let him start playing if he commits to 2 individual workouts a week with his dad. Can't wait to see that. Meantime, tonight's ACC action includes the Hokies looking to keep a modest conference win streak alive. Our own Eric Johnson with more from Blacksburg.
Happy it's like stepping back into high school all over again. You know that assignment you already turned in, you got credit for, but the teacher lost it, so she just tells you to knock it out yet again. Well, the Hokies feel that way tonight. They earned the win at Pitt on Saturday, 3-game win streak now. Can they do the same 48 hours removed? Storm Murphy says he's done this game before, and he says it's all about adjusting.
I had one of these games last year at Wofford against UNCG. We played at home on a Wednesday at UNCG on a Saturday, and second game was in the 30s or 40s, a lot lower scoring. And coach was just talking about how these things can be challenging, to play a team super quick back to back. So we got to lock in, and they're going to change things up, and we got to be ready for that.
Saturday's game was about being aggressive early, and that's what led to the 27-point halftime lead for the Hokies. In the second half, it was all about staying poised in order to get the win. We'll see how it fares here tonight in Castle Coliseum in Blacksburg. Eric Johnson, 10 Sports.
Thank you, Eric. Here's your Winter Olympic medal count. The Russia Olympic Committee leading Canada in the overall count.